Oops. Okay. Fourth lesson. Rationalizing denominators. Okay. Now, if you remember this, you cannot have a radical in your denominator. That's bad. We don't like that at all. So how do we get it out of there? Well, let's do a quick example over here. If I had 1 over square root 3, I think you guys all know I just do a little of this. Square root 3 over square root 3. Well, that gives me square root 3 over 3. Remember, when I multiply by a radical by itself, it goes away. This one's a little trickier. The way to do this, and you have to remember this concept, is to multiply by the conjugate. Try to remember what a conjugate is. I'll tell you. I'll just tell you. I will just tell you. It's when you change the middle sign. Okay? That's all it is. Remember, like a man and a woman? We just change the middle sign, and we're going to multiply the whole rational by the conjugate. And this is the conjugate. So you have to multiply both the top and the bottom by that. Okay? I'm going to put a little parentheses around this. And then all you have to do is multiply the numerator. So I'm going to distribute this out to both of these guys. So when I multiply 3 times square root 2, not square root 6, can't do inside and out though. It's 3 square root 2. Now square root 2 times square root 5, that is square root 10 because they're both in the inside. You can multiply them together. And on the bottom, what you do is this. 3 squared, the first one squared, always minus this second one squared. We then simplify the top if possible. This cannot be simplified, so we're going to still rewrite that as 3 square root 2 plus square root 10 over 9 minus 5. This can once again be simplified, so we get 3 square root 2 plus square root 10 all over 4. Can this be simplified further? Nope. So we're just going to leave it as is. Should we try one more? Yup. Alright, for our second example, let's just do the same exact thing. First thing we're going to do is multiply by, oops, hold on. We're going to multiply by the conjugate. Remember, the conjugate's just the opposite. So we're looking at this guy. Well, that would be 5 minus, that's the conjugate, it's opposite of that, square root 10. Alright, same thing goes on top. Now we're going to distribute, we're going to distribute the top or multiply the numerator, so we get 6 times this whole guy, which gives us 30. 6 times 5 is 30, minus 6 radical 10, all over, first one squared, always minus, always, the second one squared, so that's square root 10 squared. Alright, what does that give us? Well, the top we can't simplify again, so we're just going to get 30 minus 6 radical 10 over 25 minus 10. Bring it down. Let's see what we get for this. The top, once again, can't be simplified, so 30 square root 6. We subtract the bottoms, and we get over 15. Oops, sorry, I forgot my 6 there. Over 15. Now, I'm looking at this. Can this be simplified? You might be thinking no, but you would be wrong. Why? What you do is look at all these numbers. 30, 6, just the outside number, and 15. Do these all have a common factor? Yes, 3. So since I could divide these all by 3, I could simplify this by dividing each one of these by 3. Not what's in the radical, okay? This doesn't have to get divided by 3. So if I divide everything by 3, it simplifies to 10 minus 2 radical 10, stayed the same, okay? All over 5. And that would be our final answer. Don't forget to simplify if you can. Remember, these can all be simplified by 3, so we had to do that. Alright guys, that's it for this lesson. Remember, go home, look your mom and dad in the eye and say, thank you for everything you've done.